What is going on, guys? My name is Disectra, and it's been a while since I've done one of these commentaries. It has been requested by a few of you, so I decided to commentate over an awesome game of Rush I had on Lancang Dam in BF4. I was in a tank and we were on the defending side. On this side I like to play in a Rush, especially when I'm in a tank. Now, in this video I'll be talking about my loadout, and I will give you some general tips on using the tank. I won't show you the full gameplay, just some highlights in this video. If you want to see the full game, I'll be uploading that as a separate video as well. Link will be in the description. Also, that video shows you how I died. Be sure to check that out. Trust me, you'll love it. So, first of all, my tank loadout is the following. As a primary weapon I use the sabot shell. It is the fastest shell from the three, but it deals the least amount of damage, so that's why I'm more and more switching to the AP shell, but in this video I'm using the sabot. For the secondary I always use the HMG, since it can damage light armored vehicles, and it's also good for infantry even at longer ranges. As a countermeasure I use active protection, which I think everyone should be using, and almost 90% of the time I engage a tank that doesn't have active protection, I win that fight. For the optics, as you can see, I use the thermal. Sometimes I use the zoom optics on Conquest large maps, but for rush game modes I recommend using the thermal. And for the tank upgrade, I think this is a matter of personal choice, but I use reactive armor, and paint is hunter, just so if you were wondering. Now here are some of my general tips for using the tank. Just bear in mind that I'm not a tank professional. I watch tutorials on how to use the tank myself, so I learned a lot from those as well. So my first tip is to always spawn as an engineer in the tank, because that way you can repair him, and it can also give you an advantage on 1v1 tank battles, if you're quick enough to get out and shoot a rocket on the tank, of course. Next up, know when to push and when to back away. This basically means that you have to know your limits. Just because you're in a tank doesn't mean you're invincible. 4 RPGs and you're most likely dead. Stay behind cover, peek and shoot. Don't overextend yourself, because infantry can take you down in seconds. Next, prioritize your targets. Don't shoot a sniper if you have a tank next to you. Don't shoot an assault player if an engineer is shooting rockets at you. I think you got the point. Use your active protection at the right moment. Some YouTubers use the active protection after getting 1 or 2 hits, and maybe that's better than what I do, but I try to use the active protection right before getting disabled or right before getting behind cover. Either way, use the active protection at the right time to prevent the enemy team from hitting you. The more hits you deflect, the better. Try not to show your sides, and especially not your back, to an enemy tank or infantry. If you get hit by a tank in the back, you're 95% of the time dead. 2 RPGs in the back and you're dead as well. Keep that in mind. Don't be afraid to get out and repair the tank if you're behind cover and away from the enemy infantry. And the final tip is to practice. The more you practice, the better you'll be. That's just the way it works. I recommend practicing on Conquest matches and not in rush modes, because a tank in a rush game mode is far more important to the team than on Conquest. And that's about it for this video, guys. Be sure to follow me on Twitter and Facebook, where I share some stuff that I don't upload to YouTube. Also, be sure to check out how I died to learn another tip. My name is Disectra, and I will catch you in the next video.